This is the Sportswallet podcast. Now, I hope you've been watching, because if you've been watching, you've been making some money. All right, are you listening? Have you been watching the Knicks? Have you been watching the Knicks? That's all I got to say. All right, first I'm going to introduce myself. They call me TMB. I'm Turtleneck Bets. We got my man Triple P, Pie Pocket Bets? What the fuck is your name?
Picks.
Pie Pocket Picks. My bad, man, because I know his real government name. That's my fault. The Triple P right there, and then we got the namesake of the show, the Sportswallet. Yeah. So we're going to do a quick recap of what we did last week. Last week, Sportswallet had that bag. What you had last week?
We went with the Knicks money line over the Wizards. Obviously, that was a winner. It paid out. I also mentioned that it was a trend of mine. You know, it was basically a betting trend for me. The Knicks in the second half. I told you to stay on top of their lines. I told you just make sure you know what's going on with the Knicks in the second half. Since that episode, the Knicks are 4-0 against the spread. They just murdering.
I thought it was my jacket.
Well,
I really feel like
the jacket came in good that day.
I got it over there.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I might need it later.
And the Sportswallet got his Knicks hat on today.
Knicks
So.
paraphernalia. Big Knicks, man. Big Knicks.
But Triple P got his Lakers purple and gold on today. I appreciate that. I see him. He repping. I had the over in the Atlanta-Cleveland game. That also hit. Only thing that didn't hit, my man Triple P, he had...
I need to be able to hide myself as well.
He put the hood on. He had Cleveland in that game. He felt like Atlanta wasn't going to step up. They ended up stepping up, and it was that second half of that second leg
game
of the back-to-back killed him.
For the record,
it's almost like what I said.
The Cavs won in the blowout the
Basically,
game after. But
yeah, the second leg on the back-to-back, one, and then two. You know, that's what I was saying. Those tired legs play no defense.
It's water.
Atlanta had almost like 140 points.
Yeah, no,
in that
it came
game.
out exactly what you said about the defense.
Man.
TMB, it's in the past. All right.
So what that means is that Triple P came correct this week. So if you're trying to make some money, put double the bag on Triple P's pick this week. He said he not only got one pick, he's got two picks.
Sheesh.
That's what he's talking about. So first topic we like to discuss before we get into our picks is this Dame Lillard ridiculousness over the last this season. It's been absurd. The amount of points he's putting up, the way he's playing, with the support he has. This is Sportswallet's favorite player in the game. So we'd like to see where we rank him right now. Out of all the players that are playing, where would you put him out, Sportswallet?
So obviously I'm a little biased because he's my favorite player in the whole NBA. He's an old school kind of guy to me. He's a guy that's remained on the same team, you know, didn't look to be a bandwagon and jump to different teams. So to me, I have him number one. I feel like he's better than Jokic. I'm better than Embiid, you know, better than anybody in the NBA.
Luka?
Better than Luka. The reason why I say that, too, is the way that he's guarded is differently than any of those players. And the reason why is because he don't have a supporting cast that's able, you know, to free him up and not get doubled and triple teamed.
He don't got shooters like how these guys got shooters.
These guys, he gets them the open looks. Yep. They just don't knock them down. So at a certain point, as a defense, that's your strategy.
I'm gonna throw you a curveball, Sportswallet, because we're gonna talk about how we started this conversation. Because Triple P really wants me to bring this up.
Don't worry.
Sportswallet wanted to put my man Dame Lillard on the Mount Rushmore of players all time. That's top four. Now I know he was feeling real hot. That's his favorite guy. But where would you rank Dame Lillard right now?
So to give a little context, that's kind of Sportswallet was on one. You know what I mean? It was after the 70-point game, so he was feeling extra spicy. When it comes to all time, you know, obviously that's I think even Sportswallet probably wouldn't say that.
Where would you put him? You putting him in the top 50?
All time?
You putting him in the top 50? You getting a jacket like the rest of these guys?
All right, so I wrote out some names just to kind of like give myself an idea. There's 15 guys that you can't put them ahead no matter what.
All right, I'd like to hear 5 of them. Let me hear 5 people.
So in no particular order, MJ, LeBron, Kobe, Shaq, Kareem.
Okay, I like those 5.
If you want to go a little further than that, then you could say Will Chamberlain, Magic, Larry Bird, Russell, Tim Duncan.
I don't think so, though. See, because Larry Bird's stats aren't all that. If you look at Larry Bird's actual stats,
they are all that.
No.
And Larry Bird is nasty. If you watch
Larry Bird's stats aren't all that. Magic Johnson's stats aren't all that.
Bro,
they're not. Assist-wise, Magic Johnson is up there. But we're talking points.
We're not talking...
And Dame Lillard's not done with his career.
That's fine.
what I'm saying. That's the
he doesn't have
biggest
time to even
point.
catch them.
No.
The thing is, we're not even
The
talking.
only
We're not only
difference,
talking
no.
about talent. If you're talking about the all-talent player of all time, sure, I'll put him higher. But it all matters. The hardware, all that matters. It all matters. I don't care what you say.
That's the only category everybody's going by. The only category these guys got Dame Lillard is championships. Obviously, he plays with nobody. He's been playing with nobody for years.
I understand,
His whole
but-
career, he's been playing with nobody. When you go look at him and say, well, who's the next best player that played alongside Dame Lillard? None of these
No
guys.
argument
He's
there.
never played with a Kyrie and Luka. He's never done a deep book and Durant.
No.
He's never had that Robinson.
He like Jordan before he got Pippen
know
right
what I'm
now.
saying?
No. So for context, I love
in the
Lillard.
80s.
He's one of my favorite players, also. But you can't
Old
put
school,
him
gritty
I
players.
like the top five that you gave me.
outside
But
of that.
but after
After that is
I feel
wishy-washy.
I feel like it's a discussion because the
It's
career's not
wishy-washy.
over.
Bro,
his
you
career's
cannot
not
put him
over though.
above Magic Johnson. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? You
I
can't
feel
put him
like
above Tim Duncan, for that matter.
Yes, you can.
No, you
yes,
can't.
you can.
We're not talking about
He's not
talent.
done yet,
We're talking
though.
about all-time players.
He's not done
Bro,
yet.
he's already 32 years old.
Listen,
what
the
is he going to
first
do?
top
The team
guy-
stinks.
the
We all agree
first
on that,
five
right?
guys, the
Is he
first-
winning 4 chips before he retires? No.
Why?
Why? He's going to. He's going to win 4 chips before he
Why
retires.
is he not going to win 4 chips?
Because the team stinks.
Okay.
I'm not
But
arguing
what
that.
I'm
because of
saying,
him.
Triple P, the first five guys you named, they could all take over the game, no
Sure.
doubt. Shaq, no dominant. All those other guys you just named, MJ, Kobe, all these guys, they
You
take
could even
over the
say- You
game.
could say Bill Russell, too. I know,
Yeah.
obviously, that's a whole different
You're
thing.
going by chips.
Even if you say Bill Russell, that might be number 6. But after that, Dame Lillard can take over a game. All those other guys ain't taking over a game. Magic played with Kareem.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are giving enough credit to Magic. I really don't.
Magic's a great player.
Larry's not taking over the game either.
Yes,
Bird's not
he
taking
is.
over the game.
Oh
Larry-
my God.
Bird not taking over the
real in my
game.
book.
This is good
Larry's
though.
real.
I'm glad this is coming to the, this is not behind the scenes anymore because
Listen, I like Larry Bird. I just don't think he's taking over the game like a Dame Lillard's taking
all
over
right,
the
anyway,
game.
moving all past that. Currently, I will put him third with KD's kind of like not really in there because he's been hurt and whatnot, but
Got
clearly
smoked by
above him.
Tatum, too.
I
Got
put
smoked by
Giannis
Tatum.
in, I prefer Giannis and Joker above him just because of how they affect the game all around, and they're just a problem to deal with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Lillard's great. Don't get me wrong.
I understand all of that, but they don't get the defense that Damian Lillard gets. No way.
The only one that
Joe-
I would put above Lillard,
It's nobody.
nah, I would have to put Giannis.
Yeah.
Just because of the pure. He's also another guy who's
He's a
scoring
freak.
almost 40 points.
No, he's a
Yeah,
freak.
he's a freak.
But that tells you he doesn't get guarded like Damian Lillard does.
But
and
if you
he's a
think-
freak.
Yeah, okay, but if you think about that, then what Joker does is even more impressive because he's not
And-
a freak.
yeah,
and-
but he's not scoring points
and-
like that.
and
he
Freak
scores,
guy
He does
but-
sometimes though.
Yeah,
Freak
sometimes,
has
but he's a
Holiday,
walking triple double, but he's not
Middleton.
scoring them
It's
points
all about
like,
Tim's success also though, right?
Yeah. Listen,
Team's
Giannis is I feel like is an alien.
And KD,
Giannis is an alien.
and KD when he's right is an alien too.
Yeah, but he's not right now.
No,
You know,
but
he's not 100%.
He looked good.
He's
He looked
older.
good his first game back. So
So
I'm
I
excited
would
to see
put him
in
number
the second
2.
half.
Sportswallet got him number 1. You got him number 3.
Yep.
So either way, he's top 3. So he's on
Yeah,
the
that was
Mount
not-
Rushmore.
that was
of
never the
current
issue.
players.
Current players. Yes.
This would have never come up and made the episode if that was what the
Yeah.
original context of the conversation was.
I
but
like him. I like him top.
I digress.
I like him at least top 25
I love Lillard,
all
man.
time if he could finish off the
Like,
career on the streak he's on.
I
right
don't think
now.
it's possible to not
If he
like
gets a
Lillard.
championship,
It's over.
he's top.
He's
He's
the
top.
most loyal guy in the
D.
world.
top
Lillard,
10.
you get a championship, it's over.
Yeah,
D.
he's
He's
Lillard.
top 10.
He said
If he
it.
had a championship,
Unfortunately, I don't think it's happening.
He
He
has
said,
a
he said it the
championship,
other
he's
night
top
too.
10.
He said, if I get a championship in Portland,
Hey,
it's
you can have a whole
over.
different discussion. Best players to never win a chip.
That's true.
He's right there with probably who would you say?
And-
Barkley's probably the best.
Yeah,
I like
Barkley's
Pat
up
Yu
there.
too.
Pat
Pat
Ewing,
Yu.
Barkley.
You know,
He might be the best without the chip.
Yeah.
might be.
Barkley was an animal.
Bro,
though.
Steph, we didn't
in
talk
the
about
beginning.
Steph at all, too. Steph's an all-time
Oh,
great.
yeah,
bro.
we forgot
He's an
because he's
all-time
been
great.
hurt so long.
Yeah.
But currently, he's another guy though who could take over the game.
Yes.
Like he'll
changed
just
the game.
he'll
changed
change the whole
he changed
dynamic
how
of
the
the
NBA is
game.
played.
Yeah.
Steph Curry.
Definitely.
Nah, Steph Curry's amazing.
Shooter.
He's another guy. You're right. We should have mentioned him too. All right, so that's our D Lil's talk. I'd like to get into the nitty gritty, man. What do you guys like for Friday's picks? You know,
Ha 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 ha! Welcome back on one now. So Friday's picks. Obviously, there's a lot of matchups. You know, it's a night full of NBA. But the bag is gonna be thrown. As you see the hat, I don't see no reason to get off the train now. stay on the train until it's time to get off. And right now is not the time to get off. I got the New York Knicks on the money line.
Shit, let's go.
I'm thinking the line is gonna change due to, how we've been playing basketball, and we might actually be favored by a couple of points instead of being underdogs. But I'm gonna get this out the way now. I want y'all to know what we do here, this information we giving y'all is real deal. So when I tell you I'm putting the bag on it, I'm putting the bag on it. We not playing. This is this week alone. I'm throwing it out there because I just went and got it. So I ain't the type of guy that really be, this ain't for show, this is just to let y'all know there ain't no cap in our rap. And anything we say, we really doing out here. So take advantage, use it wisely, watch all the episodes, see the trends we talking about, see who we saying put the money on, see what's really going out there. And tomorrow the bag is gonna be thrown on the New York Knicks.
And take that.
Hard to argue with that, huh?
That's a public service announcement, just for y'all to know out there. Also, this week alone, you see the money out there. Sportswallet's up 110 units. 1 week. No other handicapper out there is doing 110 units in a week.
And heavy units too, not light units.
That's what I'm saying.
The difference is most of these cappers, one, they charge you crazy amounts of money. On top of that, they giving you single bets. They giving you bets that you need to lay 5,000, 10,000 to amass what we doing here. If you ask me, most of these bets, there's no bet here we did over 5,000 on the whole week. These are bets that you can make. These are $100, $200 bets, normal bets that you can amass where we get to, and then obviously use it wisely and obviously build up your bankroll, and then you can play how you want to play from there. But none of these bets were over 5,000. But tomorrow might be the day, so stay tuned.
DM Sports Wallet. Get in the mix, man. Get in. Get in now. What you got, Triple P?
So my first one, twofold, two reasons I have for this. So it's the Nuggets. They're giving 5.5 versus the Grizzlies. First part about it is I've just noticed, any game I watch, anytime the Nuggets are giving 6-7 points, they always win by 15. They just cover it. You know what I mean? A lot of time Joker don't even have to play the fourth quarter. They look like a well-oiled machine right now, and I feel like obviously they don't get a lot of credit and they fall under the radar somewhat just because they don't really have the track record like that. They've always kind of lost in the playoffs. But this is the first time they've really been healthy the whole season, and they're still not getting the credit. And I think that it does, not to say it's huge, but even if you have a 1, 2, 3 point edge from where things really should be, that matters. So 5.5. And then the other thing is, obviously, I'm a Lakers fan, so I was watching when they were playing the Grizzlies the other day. They're all job, man, but they're super unimpressive, man.
Yeah.
He's D Rose 2.0. Literally, it's go to the lane, while out. The second I go past the 3-point line, my decision's made. It doesn't matter if I'm triple teamed. Yeah. I'm just coming to the lane and wilding out.
Yeah.
And he's athletic and has one of the best layup packages in the league.
What are you saying, Triple P?
I'm saying that Ja masks a lot of deficiencies that they have on the offensive end.
So what's your pick?
I'm taking the Nuggets minus 5.5.
All right. Cool.
I have a second one that.
What's your second one? Since this is a makeup for last
this is
week.
makeup, yeah.
This is a makeup for last. This is giving you another pick because of last week's pick.
I'm giving myself a double out actually too. You gotta be smart. You gotta be smart with betting.
I don't like that.
The Suns. The Suns are giving 6 at Chicago. I don't think Chicago's good at all. Suns looked really good. KD's first game back. Probably looked even better than most people would have expected after such a long layoff. And I just think the monster's coming for the Suns.
No, I hear you. I'm definitely on that with the Suns. I agree. First game, D-Book looked crazy because of what space and, Durant was creating for him.
I'm excited to see it, to be honest.
It's definitely in that. If you notice in our first episode, we said watch the Suns and take them on the money line on a futures bet before the odds go down and you start seeing them gel. And that's what you're going to start seeing now. So now is the last kind of chance you might have to get them before those odds really start dropping.
And then I'm gonna put this out on the record. I take back all the shit I was talking about my man Sportswallet putting that
Plus
$10,000.
Yeah, Check the odds now.
Check the odds now.
Shits is
Knicks to
down.
win the East, plus 10,000.
Woo, big Knicks.
I was throwing a lot of shade out there as a Knicks fan, and I take it
Mike
back.
was doubting.
Sometimes you gotta accept your L's, man. I was wrong on that. I put money on it when it was plus 10,000. Even though I was talking that talk that day, I still put that money out. Odds were plus 10,000. If you look now, they're nowhere near there.
Nah, they're about 4,200 as they stand
And a
currently.
little advice for you: the further and further they get into the playoffs, the bigger that payout's gonna get.
Yeah.
So
There's
you make
also
it to the second round.
for people who don't believe what we talking about. If you took them at plus 10,000 odds, there's gonna be cash outs available.
Mm-hmm.
You know, after the first, second round. Once we start getting deep into the playoffs, believe me, they're gonna want to cash you out before you even get to the final. So even on a cash out aspect, the bet makes total sense.
Just to put this in perspective, $100.
Remember, I told you our grand was 100 grand.
$100 is $10,000 if the Knicks win the East. So that means by the second round, they get to the second round and they get out of that second round, that payout might be like $4,500, $4,000 for $100. So look, I hope you guys are putting the bag on it. Sportswallet's on an unremarkable streak right now. You see the cash, you see the bag on the table. Make sure you follow us. Listen to the Sportswallet podcast. DM Sportswallet. Come to Greenbrook. Get yourself a nice cigar. Have a drink with me. Let's make sure we put the goddamn bag on it. All right? We'll see you next week.